Jadon Sancho, because he's still being linked with a move away from Manchester United. Now, get in the comment section and let me know if you believe the reports that him and Ten Hag have made up. Because I don't believe that shit for 1 second. I still think those two guys hate each other. What I think happened was Ineos told Ten Hag, we don't give a shit what your issues are with Sancho. Fix it. Because he is an important player. He's also a good player. And we'd like to make profit from him this summer. And if you bin him from the squad, have him changing in his car, have him peeing in a cup in his car, because you've locked him out from the facilities, his market value is going to drop even lower than what it is. This is why you hear Ten Hag say, or the reports are saying that they drew a line and that, you know, they are now moving forward. It's bullshit. If I'm Sancho, I would want to leave Man United. They've disrespected my guy too many times. He's still wearing the number 25, while bums like Rasmus Højlund just got the number 9 shirt, while bums like Mason Mount is rocking number 7. Sancho has to leave just off principle alone because you disrespected my guy. Now, he's being linked to Dortmund, Juve, PSG. I've seen links to Barcelona. And if I was him, I'd want to go to PSG. I think he can go there and be the face of that team. He could be one of the key players in a team that is ambitious, right? PSG are going to spend money. PSG are going to try and sign big name players. And again, their attack is shit. You lost Mbappe. Your wingers are not that good. Your strikers are not that good. Your midfield's not that good. You're going to need some creativity in that side. And that's exactly what Sancho offers you. Now, I know that his time at Manchester United has been a disaster. I agree. Sancho is a flop because they spent $72 million on him. But I say it every time, and I'm going to say it again. I do not believe that Jadon Sancho is a flop because of things that are his fault, right? I don't think he doesn't get any blame, right? He deserves some blame. But I mostly put it down on the managers, right? The style of football that they wanted to play after signing him makes no sense. When we were watching Sancho at Dortmund a few years ago, when he looked like the next best thing, when he was cooking people, 1v1s, scoring goals, creating a lot of chances, Manchester United brought this guy into the club and decided that the best way to play with him is counterattacking football. Does that make any sense? If you see a player that's so good on the ball, that creates chances, that likes to slow down the game, that gets his teammates involved, what the hell makes you think you should now have him defending for most of the game and then trying to do balls over the top to Megan Rapinoe and Marcus Rashford? Does that make any damn sense? No, it doesn't. It's the same reason why I think Jack Grealish is kind of dying at Man City. Because Pep has killed all the creativity out of him. That's exactly what has happened to Sancho at Man United. But the fans are idiots. Most of United fans are idiots. Just go online and look at their tweets, bro. So, of course, they're going to blame the player. And again, Sancho does deserve some blame, but not a majority of it. And I just don't think he can succeed at Manchester United, at least under this manager. Because, again, the counterattacking style of football, it's not going to work. Technical players go to Manchester United and die. It is what it is. Kobe Mainoo is doing good at the moment, but how long until they turn on him? I think him being from the academy is going to definitely buy him a lot of time when the performances start to dip a little bit. But Manchester United, they're a club that cares more about the players that run around and kiss the badge, not actually players that are good with the ball at their feet, that slow down the game. Look at how they treated Paul Pogba. Look at Sancho. Look at how Amad Diallo barely got any game time. Look at how Di Maria hated the club. Look at how Alexis Sanchez died there. Who else? I could probably keep naming them if they come to my head. Anthony Martial, even though I think it was half down to injuries, half down to they just didn't want him out there. Let's just be honest. But Sancho to me is a very good player. And just like when I talked about João Felix, he's one of those players where the market value has dropped so low that I think if you sign him, it's a good value deal. Right? Now, the report's saying that these teams, it's going to be hard for them to match Manchester United's valuation, right? Because I think the report is saying that United won about like 40 M's to sell him, which I think is fair. I think Sancho is worth about 35 to 40 million. That'd be a good deal. But I know for a fact PSG can pay this, right? PSG have the money. That's not a lot for them, and they got to revamp their attack anyways. They're in a huge market. They're the best team in France, and they have very ambitious owners. I'm interested to see what PSG are going to do this window, how they're going to play next season. Yeah, Juventus, I think that's the second club that he should go to if it's not Juve. I mean, if it's not PSG. Because Juve, I think what they're doing is exciting, right? You bring in Thiago Motta, so you're going to be playing an attacking brand of football, which is going to fit into what Sancho likes to do. You go sign Douglas Luiz, right? You're looking at bringing in other players as well. I think the future for Juve is pretty bright. And I remember Sancho was getting linked with the move to Juve back in like December. And I said, do not go there because they had Allegri at the time. I said, Sancho, if you go to Juventus right now, Allegri will have your ass playing left wing back, bro. Do not do that. But I think Thiago Motta, even though his tactics are a little bit crazy and he's like a modern day manager trying to complicate the game, I could see him thriving there. Italy is a much slower league as well. Right? Maybe the reason why Sancho also struggled with Manchester United is because the Premier League is the fastest and most physical league in the world. You don't have as much time on the ball as he did when he was at Dortmund, right? Or that you would have in another league. So now if you go to Juve, Serie A is much slower. You're going to have a lot more time on the ball. I think that can work for sure. Dortmund, I mean, look, this is the club that made Sancho the player that we all really rated a few years ago. They also offered him a lifeline last season when they brought him back on loan, right? Helped them make the Champions League final. He cooked against PSG and Mbappe on the pitch. Sancho looked like the best player in that Champions League matchup. He was unplayable. What, like the most dribbles in a Champions League game since like Messi or something like that? But if I'm Sancho, I think you got to have it's time for a new chapter, right? Like Dortmund, I think you should be looking to move beyond them. On top of that, Dortmund don't have 40 million to spend. They always complain about having to spend a lot of money, right? And you guys know I get on Dortmund all the damn time. I think they are the equivalent of human traffickers. They want to find young kids with a lot of potential, buy them for cheap, sell them for profit. They're not a serious club. Dortmund have a lot of money. Dortmund are a big club. They could spend 40 million on Sancho if they wanted to, but they're going to choose not to because they're cheap. So for me, it's either PSG or Juve. And if I was him, I just think PSG is the more attractive club. Because again, they have ambitious owners who are going to spend money. They're going to bring in big name players, right? You could be one of the faces of the club. They're in a huge market as well in Paris. Yeah, I could definitely see him at PSG, and I think he'd cook in League One. On top of that, League One also needs to sign big-name star players. Because now that they've lost Mbappe, who the hell's going to watch that league now? I think it's on PSG, because PSG are the team with the most money. They are the biggest club in that country. It's on them, because they have the funds to do it. To go out there and bring in some big-name players so that people actually tune in. Because I'm telling you, bro, I didn't even watch PSG when Mbappe was there. I didn't watch him when Messi joined. I only watched a little bit because Neymar was there, to be fair. Neymar's my favorite player of all time. So I kind of wanted to keep tabs on him. But I didn't watch every game. I didn't watch most of them. I only really watched PSG when it came down to Champions League. So, yeah, they're going to have to find a way to bring in some star players so that people actually give a damn about that league. I'm telling you, it's peak for them right now. But yeah, I think Sancho, he's out of Manchester United. I know that he has been included in their preseason tour to America, but I don't know, bro. Like, I'm not buying the whole him and Ten Hag have made up and all this. Nah. And if I'm Sancho, fans last season I mentioned that, bro, they were rooting on him to fail so that they could be like, oh, I told you, Ten Hag was right. Nah, bro, it's over. I think he'd have to take a pay cut. Like, that'd be the only reason that he stays at United, is because he doesn't want to lose the wage that he's on. But if I was him, bro, go to PSG, man. Trust me, bro. Go back to playing with freedom. Go to a team that's gonna be letting you have the ball, right? They're gonna give you, license to do what you want. Because at Manchester United, it's not gonna happen, people. Every time I watched Manchester United last season, I wanted to cry. Every watch along, it felt like a punishment. It felt like I did something wrong. Like I was just being given a jail sentence. They are boring and awful to watch. Man United under Ten Hag get battered every single week. Doesn't matter who they're playing against. They look like the small club. Sancho, I think the writing's on the wall. We know you're not going to see. And now maybe if they bring in a different manager, right? Maybe one that wants to implement more of a possession-based attacking style of football, then yeah, Sancho could possibly still have a future at Manchester United. But underneath Ten Hag, unless his tactics do a complete 180, I can't see him doing anything there, bro. It's just a bad environment at the moment. But look, Ineos have been doing some great business. So let's see what they end up doing with this guy. Let's see what transfers they bring in. And if Sancho does stay this season, I think Ten Hag gets sacked before it ends. And then maybe they promote Ruud van Nistelrooy to be their main manager. Who knows? But get in the comment section. Let me know which club you would go to if you were Sancho.